Tuning into another segment on the Sit Down with Malik Wright, presented by First Star Logistics. On this segment, I'll be doing our week two predictions for week two in the NFL season. I would say last week, a lot of things came to fruition. I said Jordan Love will look a lot better than people expected. I said Justin Fields wouldn't look that good. He didn't. I said a lot of things. And I said the Lions could potentially beat the Chiefs, right?
Mhm.
And the Lions beat the Chiefs. So in that fashion, let's stick with that. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars could upset the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think just giving Chris Jones a contract extension, right, and Travis Kelce being back in the lineup will necessarily be enough to move the needle for me, if you ask me. I certainly think that the Jaguars can pose a lot of problems from their run game to their pass game. Calvin Ridley looks like he's back.
Yep.
Great job by you, Daniel.
I appreciate
Daniel, I
that.
got to hear your thoughts though on what I just said. Can the Jaguars beat the Kansas City Chiefs? I certainly think they could.
I definitely think they can, and if I had to put, a gun in my head, do I say, are they going to? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna say yes because I think this is gonna be a back and forth game. This is gonna be a shootout. And the issue with the Chiefs, we talked about their offensive tackles, didn't look very good. The lack of receiving weapons outside of a Travis Kelce. So yes, this game should look a lot better for them than the Lions game did. But I also think the Jaguars pose a lot of problems for the Chiefs. This game's going to be a shootout. This game's gonna go tit for tat. I can't see the Chiefs completely holding off the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I love the Jaguars in this. Worst thing is, I think both teams score a ton of points, and we see Calvin Ridley have another big game. So that's prediction I'll make. I think that the Jaguars score 30 plus for sure.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that. I'm going to keep it going. The Eagles are going to beat the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings shocked me, not in the good way.
Mm.
I expected the team that has been together for quite some time to have had answers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did not. They lost to Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I personally think the Eagles are going to win that one going away. I like the Buccaneers to beat the Bears because I
Yes.
think Justin Fields is awful. Keeping the conversation.
Wait, real quick, Buccaneers. I just want to say one thing. I think this game's going to be the turning point, not for us and not for the Buccaneers, but for the general public. I think they go in, they win this game, they start 2-0, and the conversations start. Do the Buccaneers have enough to win the South? They've got Mike Evans, they got Chris Godwin. You look at the defense, they're still talented. You talked about this in the offseason. This is the game. If they win, we're going to see the public start to turn and be like, holy crap, the Buccaneers can do something this year. So,
Yeah, I think the Buccaneers can shock a lot of people. And I told you, man, I told you going into
yeah.
this year, the Buccaneers, don't sleep on them in the NFC South. Want to keep the conversation rolling. Do the Cowboys still look dominant against the Jets? I think they do.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys defense is a problem, and I think they're going to absolutely feast on that offensive line. I think the Giants are going to bounce back against the Cardinals. Daniel, what say you?
I don't think they just bounce back. I think they destroy the Cardinals. Real
Mm,
quick, I think they win by 10 plus at least. The
mhm.
Giants that we saw in week one, yes, they probably are going to regress after last year, but that was a horrible performance. Every team bounces back. You don't lose 40 to nothing and just, come out against the Cardinals. The Cardinals looked okay against the
Mhm.
Commanders. The Giants, I think, find a rhythm. They
Mhm.
play inside the dome in Arizona. I think they win by 10 plus, and the line right now is only 4.5. I think the Giants have a huge bounce back
I'm
week against
still
Cardinals.
cooking. The Lions are going to beat the overrated Seattle Seahawks. I told everybody the Seattle Seahawks were frauds last year. That last year was an outlier. I don't expect to continue. And we saw what happened to them last week. So give me the Lions to beat the Seattle Seahawks. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I potentially have shocking. I'll tell you what I have that could be potentially shocking. I like hear me out.
Yep.
I think the Packers beat the Falcons.
All right.
I like
Yeah.
what the Packers did last week. I think with Christian Watson potentially being back in the lineup, it could be a positive sign. So those are some of my. Oh, and I forgot the biggest thing. I forgot.
What?
Joe Burrow and the Bengals bounce back.
Mhm.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals bounce back. They always tend to bounce back after a big loss, and I expect this to be no exception. I think the Bengals bounce back in a big way against the divisional opponents in the Baltimore Ravens. So, if you guys like more video content like this, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, but do me a favor, drop down in the comment section your favorite predictions for week 2 of the NFL season. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live from the First Star Logistics studio.
Come on, show us out.